Hey guys, how's it going? It's Rickless with another Clash Royale video, and thank you for spending a bit of your time today to watch my episode, I guess. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the strategy that I've been using lately to push from 1700 to 1900. And besides that, look at all those beautiful chests waiting to be opened. Yes, I managed to hold all my desires to open them, just to open them with you guys. But before we get to that, let's just go to the attacks. You get to see that in the end. Oh, plus another thing that I wanted to mention. This game is so flawed. There isn't enough gold earning to upgrade my stuff. Look at this. 2,000. I don't have 2,000. I just barely got enough for this. And I guess I only have one other thing to upgrade, but still, I'm gonna admit, about $5 of gems. Just to basically get that, the 10,000 coins. I still ran out. I ran out of gold. Well, I guess it's my fault because every time there's a new rotation, I end up buying a bunch of commons. Because they're cheap. Anywho, let's go to the attacks. Let's start with... Yeah, I know. There's some defeats here. Ignore some of them. They're between clanmates. Like, okay, not that one. That's the most recent one and I did lose. But like that one. That one was versus clanmate. He's higher level than me. Damn him with his ice wizard. His legendary. Anywho. So I guess I'm gonna start with this one since it's 3 crown. Let's see what... Oh, it's with a level 6. So this shouldn't be an excuse for me not 3 crown. Or at least winning. Because there are some people that are pretty good in attacking. So what did I do? And so I start off by splitting the archers to see where he's gonna attack. Okay. So I think this is where I decided to be a little aggressive and actually, no, I just didn't have anything to stop that. I ended up using my wizard on the other side, so I was like, oh well. Really rough start. I set myself up for failure at there, and I lost my crown, my first crown right away. I was like, oh god. That's the thing with this game. If you don't have the cards that you want in the order that you want, it could be a really rough start. Like, really bad. Anywho, but just keep calm. I didn't have much. I still thought I could have it since I did do a lot of damage to that tower. So now I kind of have it how I always wanted, where I want the barbarians to be in my hand with a hog rider right behind it. So at this point, this was the trippiest point. I was like, how are they surviving? How did they survive that minion horde? That was mind blowing to me. I was like, whoa, what happened? Did the game miscalculate how much damage those minions were supposed to do? But yeah, that's a really big, strong strategy right there. Using the barbarians and the hog rider together. If your opponent is not ready to counter that does devastating damage to the opponent. Anywho, that was a really bad lightning. Yeah, at this point I know I'm ahead of Elixir, so I decided to go for the minion and barbarian attack just again, since I do have my giant skeleton just roaming behind. I didn't bother with my crown tower because I still had some elixir with small troops, so I knew I was going to be able to take it down. Plus both of the towers are shutting down the barbarians, so they wouldn't really last that long. And at that moment where he decided to attack with that balloon and decided to ignore my giant skeleton, I knew that was a 3 crown victory. Just with the skeleton dying, that would have gotten me the 3 crown. So that was kind of a landslide. I just had a really rough start. The second attack, the second showdown, I believe it was this one. Closest match I ever had. Closest match. I don't know. I wasn't really playing like strict. At this point, like, you could tell I wasn't caring. I was like, oh, I'm gonna mimic you. So I mimicked them, doing the same thing. I could have stopped them by putting the goblins on the other side. With the help of the tower, his goblins would have been knocked out, and I would have had at least 1 or 2 spear goblins still getting a few shots, which would have left me in the lead. So he decides to use his golem. At this point, I was like, I'm just gonna put the wizard. Hopefully the wizard will help the giant skeleton get to the other side, and it did make it to the other side. And I was like, oh, I have 1 crown, so let's focus on taking this golem out. So well, I guess it wasn't a mistake. He wanted the golem to cover for the hog rider, but it gave me some time to build up elixir and get those barbarians. And at this point, once again I knew I didn't have anything to stop the prince, so I decided to ignore it and just go for another push to push myself into the lead. Yeah, sometimes if you know you're not gonna be able to stop it, just forget about it. Just aim to do a little push or something. Well, I don't know, that sometimes doesn't work, because then they'll just do another push on the same side. But whatever. Yeah, I tend to ignore a lot of things if I know I'm not gonna be able to stop it, even if it causes me a lot of damage. It's just a risk I'm willing to take. And yeah, the thing with this deck, it's really good in defending. I noticed that you shouldn't use the giant well, you could use it for pushing if you know they can't stop it, but I normally don't. On my most recent attack, I'll probably show it right after this one. I don't think it's a great idea to start off with the skeleton and pushing. I tend to use now when I have the chance, I defend at first, try to counter. As soon as I see I could attack, I'll use the barbarians and the hog rider to do some damage instead. Because I notice every time I use the giant skeleton, I'm in a position where I'm like nearly going down. It leaves me without elixir. And normally in those situations, I don't have my spear goblins available or my archers. So that's why I started going down. At this point, I knew, oh, I gotta do a push. He put his prince in the middle, which didn't give me the pressure I feared, I guess. He didn't put enough pressure on me. So this is where I built up a little bit of elixir. My giant skeleton was still up, so I knew that was gonna distract a lot. So I just went for the hog rider. And at this point, I stopped looking at my tower. Once I shot those arrows, looked at my tower, I was like, how did I not go down? That golem was up. I only deployed what? Musketeer, 2 archers, and a wizard, I believe. And they took it down right before. I think I would have lost. But anyways, yeah, this deck has been giving me more positive than negative from 1700. So yeah, I started with 1700. I think this is like the first match. Surprisingly, it cut off at my first match. It was a 3 crown. There were quite a few 3 crowns, I think. I'm not sure, but there's I guess we already saw that one. But I guess let's just go to the most recent one, see how I started using it, maybe how I changed a bit. But yeah, I can't remember if I did start with the giant skeleton. I'm always tempted to start with the giant skeleton in the beginning, cause I have all that elixir. Okay, I did start with the giant skeleton. So at this point, yeah, the only good thing is that I had enough elixir to stop that hog rider with those barbarians, but I still suffered a few blows. So at this point, I have 2 potential pushes, which don't work out so well. See, why did the minions this time destroy my troops so quickly? When last time they, yeah. Anywho, this is I guess because the person was level 6, and I guess level 6 minions are way weaker than level 8 minions. Who knows? But yeah, at that point I'm like, nope, I have to play more defensively, because look at, he already has a small lead. He's a 8, meaning that I'm in a disadvantage, so I have to play smart. Me talking like if I know how to play smart. I'm usually tempted by a lot of things. I just end up doing whatever, but yeah. So I decided to do, hopefully, yeah, I went for a small push, hoping that I get at least a few knocks. Was pretty happy with that. Really low on elixir though. Thank God for those spear goblins only costing 2. And I managed to even out the match. The only problem, he is a level 8, so he technically does have overall more hit points still available. HP Pokemon. I don't know what I was saying, but yeah. So I'm trying to play a little bit more defensively. Even if I have a lot of elixir, I don't try to drop down my giant skeleton unless I know I'll be able to push. But the giant skeleton is a great defender if you place it on your side. The thing about, I know most of you, since you're watching my video, you probably already went through gaming with Molt, Nick and Knight, Galadon, some other Clash Royale person. No, one of them must have mentioned that the way to defend with giant skeleton, you have to put it on your side where they cannot deploy behind it, or else they just end up walking away with it. So it's a great defender sometimes if you know how to use him. And so I go for another mini push. Every time I do the barbarian or whatever, I'm hoping to at least get a few knocks on their castle. With those Teslas, they were really annoying. So right now I'm just waiting it out. I was thinking he was gonna deploy more things, that's why I was hesitant about the giant skeleton. I put the giant skeleton knowing that they had a lot of elixir. So that was good, didn't have to use any arrows. I better have not used any arrows. Okay, good, I didn't use any arrows. I knew this is the time to push. I pushed a little bit because I have barbarians up. I have to push, or else my cards become out of sync. And I'm looking in a good position. I was hoping to get at least a few shots with that, but those Teslas, he's low. Those, and yeah, I'm starting to slow down because I thought I was gonna be able to take that down. So I just put small troops, and I go for my last mini push. Since this seems to be always working, I waited a little bit longer because I didn't want them to use their barbarians on my hog riding. So I wait until they deploy their barbarians, so they'll be distracted with my barbarians and just let them cruise by. And yeah, if you play slow, you have to sometimes play slow in order to do well, because he's at 8. I'm outmatched. So anyways, back to my screen. So I have a bunch of chests. Let's open them. Let's start with the free chest, because that one I need the time to be ticking. So a little bit more gold, which I really desperately need. I'm about to upgrade something else, so I'm gonna need more gold, so that's sad. Mortars, great. Hog Rider, awesome. I use a Hog Rider a lot. Let's go for the crown chest. Nice, 200. I need that. 2 gems. Gotta build up those gems because I already used all my gems on gold. More mortars. 20 Teslas. 3 rares, awesome. This feels so good. I've been having them there for so long. Okay, that was kind of bad. Should I have waited? 200 gold, nice. 3 barbarians. Oh, cool, another upgrade. I wonder what am I gonna upgrade. Alright, so another 200 gold, nice. Seems like I'm getting the same cards over and over. Alright, come on. Any epics? No epics. Whatever. But let's donate. Gotta keep those donations. That's why I'm a level 7, honestly. I think that's why I feel like when I battle some level 6, they feel like they're the same level as me sometimes. Because they have like level 7 stuff, and I'm like, I barely started getting my level 7 stuff. Anywho, time to upgrade that giant skeleton. Feels great. Level 3 giant skeleton, more tank. And now I can't upgrade anything else. I want my archers, but they 2,000 coins. I could upgrade one of these. I don't find it worth it. And more donations, awesome. But that'll be it. If you made it this far, I'm glad you stuck around. I'm grateful that you stuck around. And I hope to see you on the next one. Have a good one and keep clashing on both games, I guess. Clash Royale and Clash of Clans. Thank you. See you later. Lates.